Hello, families. This is our Module 2, Unit 1 Family Letter. This is the letter that was delivered to you on Canvas at the beginning of Module 2. The letter states, Dear Family, during Unit 1 of this module, your student will generate questions about the sun, moon, and stars, and begin to consider how the sun and moon have inspired storytellers. Students will examine and read various native stories about the sun, moon, and stars, and build skills of retelling, role-playing, and writing in response to text. By the end of the unit, students will be able to participate in a discussion about the unit guiding question, why do authors write about the sun, moon, and stars? I'm writing today to explain what your student will be learning, describe the activities that will support this learning, and suggest how to support the learning at home. So our unit is focusing on the sun, moon, and stars, and the question, why do authors write about the sun, moon, and stars? What your student will be learning. Students will begin to study the topic by reading various native texts about the sun, moon, and stars, and considering how they will inspire each story. As students read, they gather and record descriptive language used to describe the appearance and position of the sun and moon and work to retell key events from each story. The learning will be focused on these ideas. The sun and the moon and the stars are always there and affect our lives in different ways. The sun, moon, and stars inspire us and make us imagine. So we'll be focusing on those stories, the patterns and positions of the sun, moon, and stars, and retelling key events and stories. Students will also practice these reading literature skills, retelling stories, including key details, and demonstrating and understanding their central message or lessons, describing characters, setting, and major events in the stories using key details, and identifying words and stories that suggest feelings or appeal to the senses. So retelling stories using key details, being able to act out those stories, understanding character, setting, events, such as beginning, middle, end, and identifying key words in stories. How will your student be learning? Throughout the unit, your student will read, think, listen, talk, write, and ask questions about the topic of how the sun, moon, and stars inspire storytellers. Students will participate in these activities, among others, to build their literacy skills. They'll be listening to read-alouds of various texts about the sun, moon, and stars. They'll closely observe and examine pictures of the sun, moon, and stars to generate notes and wonderings. They'll be singing songs and engaging in movement routines about the sun and the moon. They'll be engaging in role play with peers to act out and retell various parts of stories that have been read aloud. And they'll respond to text through writing and drawing. What can you do to support your students' learning at home? There are a few activities you can do at home with your student to support his or her learning. Ask your student to talk to you about the question, why do authors write about the sun, moon, and stars? Read books and sing songs about the sun, moon, and stars from home or at a library. Observe the sun, moon, and stars at different times of the day and discuss their appearance and position in the sky. This is the easiest, quickest one you can do just by looking out the window. And encourage your student to read the weekly decodable student reader or a letter book to you every night. Using those reading resources that have been sent home will enforce that they are more fluent readers and understand more vocabulary. So please let us teachers know if you have any questions or would like to discuss anything that the student is learning.